A year ago, I made my first desk setup video during a time when COVID was still major news and both my wife and I had to work from home. Much has changed now, and in the year that's passed, I've made a few upgrades to the setup. Some small and others quite significant. So today I present to you version 2.0 of my home desk setup. This is Clembo from ZenTechLife, where we love all things to do with lifestyle tech and gadgets. A warm welcome to you if this is your first time here. As this video rolls, if you like something that you see, do check the description box as I'll try my best to provide links to all featured items. Additionally, there are timestamps and chapter markers below, so if you want to skip ahead, feel free to do so. But otherwise, get comfy and allow me to show you around my workspace. To kick things off, the desk itself hasn't changed, as I've been really happy with the Kawabe countertop from IKEA that I got at the beginning of 2022. The oak wood finish paired with the spacious 186cm by 64cm surface area continues to be the perfect desk for my needs. It's got some wear and tear now, but unlike a solid coloured desk, I find that imperfections add character instead of sticking out like a sore thumb. What has changed though is the upgrade from static table legs to a sit-stand frame. Much like other sit-stand desks, it has a control panel, making it super easy to manually adjust the height or save several presets for switching quickly between up to 3 preferred heights. The addition of the sit-stand frame has made long working sessions at this desk much more ergonomic and manageable. Sitting for prolonged hours can cause many health problems for people, and two that I suffered the most from was neck and back pain. But now being able to switch between sitting and standing positions has greatly reduced discomfort in my neck and relieved the tightness in my lower back. Another huge benefit was an increase in energy and focus. Now when I find myself feeling lethargic, standing helps get the blood circulating again, increases my energy levels, and ultimately leads to a boost in focus and productivity. I also picked up this balance board that has a mild curve to it, which promotes more mobility than if I were to simply stand on a flat floor. What's particularly great about this balance board is that the angle of tilt is not so aggressive that it's distracting. It makes me shift my weight just enough to engage my core and leg muscles, but still allows me to remain focused on my work. It even features small anti-fatigue dimples and a massage ball in the middle, which also promotes blood circulation. This combination of a sit-stand desk and balance board has worked so well for me that I have no real urgency to upgrade my desk chair from the one that I was using before. I still can't pronounce the name of it, so I'll leave the name on screen again, but it still matches the overall aesthetic of my setup and remains comfy to sit on for short periods. And honestly, it will likely be my main chair until I can bring myself to cough up the money for one of those fancy Herman Millers. Cable management has been slightly revamped with the addition of a cable raceway that helps hide them away better. It's also worth noting that as I wanted to keep my PC tower underneath the desk, I had to pick up some extra long HDMI and power cables to reach the new standing height of the desk. Now that's not going to be an issue for people who like to place their PC on top of their desks, but if like me you prefer to keep your countertop tower free, then keep that in mind if you switch to a sit-stand desk. For desk storage, I'm still using the Alex drawers that I've had for about 4 years now. I mean, what can I say? If it's not broken, then there's no need to fix it. It's affordable, minimal, and offers plenty of drawers to store all sorts of things inside. I also use tray inserts to help further organize small bits and bobs into more manageable compartments. Things on top of the desk have moved around a bit. Namely, I've repositioned my monitor to a more central location, as both my wife and I have returned to the office for our day jobs now, and typically only one of us uses this workspace at any given time. To enhance this new setup, I'm using Grovemade's desk shelf, which I have in a large size and matte black colorway, and it's helped add some much needed storage space on the surface of my desk. Peripherals such as my keyboard and mouse now slide under the shelf when not in use, and I also have Grovemade's optional desk tray, giving me a quick access storage space for things like pens, external drives, cables, and other things. I kept the felt desk mat that I bought from Delta Hub a year ago, as it's still in great shape and fits perfectly under the new desk shelf. I've tried leather desk mats before, but I personally prefer the soft texture of felt over the slicker surface of leather. I also still use Delta Hub's Carpio wrist rest, which reduces fatigue in my mouse hand, especially during longer sessions. It's worth noting that Delta Hub now offers a gaming edition with perforated pads to reduce sweatiness and an adjustable silicone strap so you can lift up your hand upgrade and spend less time readjusting it. Last but not least, I also upgraded my laptop stand to this premium wood dock from GroveMade. Honestly, this one was purely an aesthetic decision, but boy isn't it handsome. Although the wood colour doesn't perfectly match my oak tabletop, the grain is still beautiful and complements the rest of my workspace, so no regrets from me about getting this laptop dock. Moving on to the tech itself now, I'm still rocking the Audio Engine A2 Plus wireless speakers, which continue to sound great considering how small they are. They're lacking a bit in the bass department, but Audio Engine does offer a matching subwoofer if I eventually feel like I want more from the low end. The mic I use is the HyperX Quadcast, which has been a fuss-free studio mic that I've used primarily for voiceovers and the occasional online meeting. It's not the best mic for sound quality, so if I could pick again, I'd probably get the Shure MV7. I also have a pair of SteelSeries Arctis 7 headphones that I've had for about 5 years now, and they've been great when gaming online, although the battery life is getting a bit weak now, so I'll probably have to grab a new gaming headset soon. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments section. The keyboard and mouse I use most of the time are still the tried and true Logitech MX Keys and MX Master 3 mouse, which are performing just as well as they did on the first day I got them. Except for Touch ID, the MX Keys has all the convenient function keys that you'll find on the Apple Magic Keyboard, but with improved backlighting and multi-device connectivity for use with my desktop PC and iPad. Plus the battery life is just mind-boggling. Generally, I only need to charge it once every 3 or 4 months. Logitech's MX Master 3 is also a fantastically ergonomic mouse with a bunch of buttons and scroll wheels that help accelerate my productivity. The horizontal scroll wheel is especially useful when scrubbing through timelines in Final Cut Pro, and the discrete thumb button has been perfect for macOS gestures, such as switching between desktops and bringing up mission control. My main monitor also remains unchanged, with this being a 27-inch 4K 144Hz IPS screen from LG. It's hooked up to my gaming PC via HDMI 2.1, allowing it to fully utilize the specs of the screen. I am tempted to upgrade to an ultra-wide, and some of the OLED panels that have come out in the last 6 months, such as the Samsung G8 OLED and the Alienware, have caught my eye. I'm still a bit wary of burn-in though, especially when there are so many static elements on a computer screen, so I may wait a little bit longer. In addition to my gaming PC, I also connect my 16-inch M1 MacBook Pro to the monitor via the CowDigit TS3 Plus Thunderbolt dock. For productivity, this MacBook has been an absolute beast, and I've basically never felt any slowdowns when working on it. I use it for graphic design, 3D modeling, video editing, and even the odd game or two when it's compatible. It's a bit of a chunky boy to carry around, and is definitely the heaviest item in my backpack, but the 16-inch screen and all-day battery life is well worth it when I find myself working on the go. When I'm able to work at home though, the CowDigit dock has been vital in helping me maintain an elegant one-cable solution to connect all my peripherals. My monitor is connected via DisplayPort, the speakers and studio mic via USB, a Loupedeck MacroPad also via USB, and I also have a NAS connected via Ethernet. Not to mention, it offers up to 87 watts of power to keep my MacBook topped up anytime I have it plugged in. The dock is currently stuck to the back of my monitor, but I may reposition it to sit inside the GroveMade desk shelf, which ought to make it even more accessible. This nifty little macro pad I have is the ZenTechLife S. It's a small device designed for content creators and streamers, allowing you to control various functions of your computer using customizable buttons and dials, with the main purpose being to speed up your workflow. In my case, I use it with Final Cut Pro, and I've programmed the dials and buttons with features that I often find myself using when editing a video. And yes, I do know that keyboard shortcuts exist, but I often forget their combinations, so it's helpful to now have a touch button that I can tap on to do the same thing. It's incredibly versatile, and Loupedeck even has a marketplace where you can download plugins and profiles that cover the most popular platforms. Lastly, I have an Anker 543 charger tucked away beside the desk shelf that provides up to 65 watts of power to charge up other devices as needed. When not in use, the cables are hidden away out of sight, but when I do need it, it's easy to reach. To round off my desk setup, I added more greenery to complement the natural wood tones. However, full transparency, these are fake plants, as I'm shockingly bad at keeping plants alive. But hey, most people can't seem to tell without coming up close to inspect them, so that's good enough for me. The rest of the decor remains largely unchanged, with my favourite artwork still sitting above my desk, and the pegboard that's home to all my other accessories and chargers is still an integral part of my workspace. Ambient lighting comes from the LG monitor itself and a nano leaf light strip stuck along the back of my desk. The monitor light bar from Xiaomi helps illuminate the main workspace at night, and some light tubes from Nanlite are mounted on some Elgato master mount desk clamps to fill the room with additional light. Most of these lights support RGB colors and help completely change the atmosphere and tone of the workspace when I feel like it. So there you have it, version 2.0 of my desk setup for 2023. Not a complete revamp like some other desk setups, but there are a few significant changes and additions that I feel elevates it from the first iteration of my desk setup. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. Is there anything you think I'm missing that would be a worthy addition to my setup? Let me know by leaving a comment on this video. If you like my content, I'd really appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from me, then consider pressing that subscribe button too. Otherwise, as always, be well, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.